Okay, good day. Welcome to another episode of my video lessons. And in today's video, we're going to discuss the integral and zero exponent. First, we're going to review the law exponent kasi gagamitin natin yung law of exponent na yan para makapag-simplify tayo ng expression with integral and zero exponent. Okay, first, let us recall the laws of exponent. Then, first, we have the product of a power. Yan. Magbibigay tayo ng example. Yan. Let's say we have variable A that has exponent na m, saka yung isa may exponent na n. We're just going to simply add the exponent. We have m plus n. Yan. From that, let's have an example. X raised to 5 times x raised to 3. Just simply copy the variable x, then add the exponent. 5 plus 3, that will be x equals 8. Yan, that is an example of product of a power. Okay, try natin yan because I believe that mathematics is all about practice. Practice lang ng practice. Yan. Yan. Papasok dito yung law of exercise. Yan. So, isa-isahin natin yan, yung 20 examples ng product of a power. Okay, first, let's have the 1 to 5. Let's say y equals y times y raised to 7. Okay, kapag siya ay y lang, ibig sabihin, meron siyang exponent na 1. Invisible 1 siya, kaya hindi natin nakikita. Therefore, 1 plus 7, that is 8. Then, that is the answer. Then, x raised to 3 naman, times x raised to 4, 3, plus 4, it will give us x raised to 7. Then, 5 raised to 2 or times 5 raised to 3, pwede mo siyang i-evaluate na pwede mo siyang 5 times 5 is 25, then 5 times 5 times 5, saka mo siya times. Pero pwede mo rin siyang gamitan ng laws of exponent in which we're going to add their exponent. Siya magiging 5 raised to 6 or simply 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5 times 5. The answer or 15,625. Pwedeng exponential form na ganyan, pwede rin ganitong whole number. So, next, example number 4, we have a raised to 2 times a raised to 4 times a raised to 8. Just simply add 2 plus 4 is 6 plus 8, that is a raised to 16. Then, we have 6 raised to 4. 6 raised to 4 times 6 raised to 3. Yan. Ang gagawin natin dyan, ganun lang din. Pwede rin natin siyang i-add na lang 4 plus 3, that is 6 raised to 7. Or, pwede mo siyang i-expand katulad nito. Yan. Mahaba siya masyado. Ibig sabihin, 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6 times 6. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 times 6. Yan. Ibig sabihin, 7, 6. Yan. 6. Bali 7. Yan. Next example. Down na tayo sa number 6 to number 10. So, yan. Ganun pa rin. Product by power pa rin tayo. P raised to 7, P raised to 11 times P raised to 20. We have 7. Plus 11 is 18. Plus 20 is 38. So, we have P raised to 38. And then 8. Yan. Dito na tayo. Down na tayo. Meron na siyang constant, which is 8. Itatimes rin natin siya dun sa constant sa kabila na 1 kasi meron lagi siyang 1. 8 times 1, that is 8. And then m raised to 9 times m raised to 5, that is m. 9 plus 5, that is 14. And then, since nawala siyang kapartner dun sa kabila, kukupihin mo lang siya na n raised to 5. Yan. Next, example number 8. Yan. Coefficient sa coefficient, we have 4 times 3. That will give us 12. And then y raised to 4 times y raised to 5. That is y raised to 9. Then, yun na yung sagot. The next example, we have 5ab times 2bc times abc. So, we have 5. Ito muna ang dalawa. 5ab. Ha? Wait lang. Yan. Okay, let's continue. Yan. We have 5AB times 2BC times ABC. First, we're going to multiply this one. O kaya ito, maalit kung anong gusto nyo. Unahin lang natin itong 5 saka yung 2BC. So, 5 times 2. Pwedeng diretso na. 5 times 2 is 10. Then, A times A, that is A squared. Then, B times B, that is B squared times B, that is B raised to 3. Kasi meron siya ditong 1 plus 1 plus 1. And then, yung C naman, C times C, that is C squared. Then, therefore, this is the final answer. Next, we have number 10. R raised to 5 times S raised to 3 times R raised to 4 S raised to 2. Then, R squared S raised to 6. Then, copy lang natin yung 10. Then, we have 5 plus 4 plus 2. That is 11. R raised to 11. And then, 3 plus 2 plus 6. That is ilan? 5, 11 din. S raised to 11. And that is our final answer. Next, example. Meron pa tayong example. Example, punta tayo sa example number 11. Yan. Practice lang ng practice. We have D raised to 5 times 2D raised to 7 times 3D raised to 8. We have 2 times 3 times 1. Meron ditong 1. 1 times 2 times 3 is 6. And then 5 plus 7 plus 8 is 12 plus 8 is 20. Therefore, we have D raised to 20. Final answer. Next, 4 times 3, that is 12. Then x raised to 2 times x raised to 5. 2 plus 5, that is x raised to 7. Then y raised to 1 times y raised to 2, that is y raised to 3. Yeah. Next example, number 13. 5 times 2, 10. A times A squared, that is A raised to 3 kasi 2 plus 1. And then B times B cubed, that is 3 plus 1. Therefore, B raised to 4. And then C times C squared, that is C raised to 3. Next example, that is the final answer na. Next example, we have negative 3n times 5n squared times n raised to 6. Negative 3 times 5, that is negative 15. And then 1 plus 2 plus 6, that is 9. Therefore, we have n raised to 9. Next, we have 4 times 7 is 28. Then 3 plus 5 plus 9, that is 8 plus 9, 17. X raised to 17. Final answer. Okay, last, meron pa tayong 5 natitira. Maumay. Yan. Kaya nyo lang sagutan yan. Try nyo yan. Pwede nyo i-post yung video, then saka nyo sagutan. Yan. Next, quotient of a power. This is another law of exponent. Since yung isa product of a power, next, we have quotient of a power. Yan. Kapag naman divide, kung sa times, kapag times siya ay pinag-a-add, sa divide, siya naman ay pinagma-minus. For example, we have y raised to 11 divide y raised to 7. That will give us y raised to 11 minus 7. That will give us y raised to 4. And that is our final answer. Yan. Meron tayo ditong 20 ulit na example. Yan. I-sign ulit natin yan. Quotient of a power. First, we have 7 raised to 5 divide 7 raised to 3. Kapag nilagay natin siya dito sa ating sa fraction form, we have 7 raised to 5 divide 7 raised to 3. 5 minus 3, that is 7 raised to 2 or 49. Ito na yun. Next, we have 10 raised to 6 divide 10 raised to 4. That will give us 6 minus 4, 10 squared or 100. Next, we have y raised to 7 divide y raised to 3. That is y raised to 4. Kasi 7 minus 3, 4. Then x raised to 11 divide x raised to 5. 11 minus 5, that is 6. We have x raised to 6. Then 7 raised to 6 divide 7 raised to 3, that is 7 raised to 3. Or 7 times 7, 49. 49 times 7, it will give us 343. Mahalin dito sa dalawang sagot. Bahala kayo. Next example, number 6 to 10. Ito na. A raised to 10 divide A raised to 4. That is 10 minus 4. We have A raised to 6 equals B raised to 6 divide B raised to 2. B raised to 4. M raised to 8 divide M raised to 3. That is M raised to 5. 8 raised to 5 divide 8 raised to 2. That is 8 raised to 3. Or 8 times 8 times 8. Kapag sinimplify mo pa siya, or 8 times 8 is 64. Then 64 times 8 is 512. Yan. Pwedeng itong sagot, pwedeng ito rin, pwedeng ito rin. Pero mas proper itong nasa gitna. Ay, itong nasa pinakadulo pala. 512. Next, paano naman to? Paano naman kapag maramihan na? So, yan. Katulad ng pagta-times, quotient sa quotient, coefficient sa coefficient, variable sa variable. We have 24 divide 8, that is 3. And then P cube divide P, that is 3 minus 1, P squared. Then Q raised to 9 divide Q raised to 5, that is Q raised to 4. Kasi 9 minus 5 is 4. Simply as that. Next, example number 11. We have M raised to 6 times M raised to 4 all over M N. Yan. Divide muna natin, times muna natin, M raised to 6. We have M times 6 plus 4 is 10. Therefore, we have M raised to 10 divide M, N. Then, since meron siya ditong M sa baba, equals pa natin siya. We have 10 minus 1, kaya siya magiging M raised to 9 over N. This will be our final answer. Kasi meron itong exponent na 1, 10 minus 1, maging 9 na lang. Next, we have 45, A raised to 6, B raised to 4, C raised to 2 all over 9A squared, B times C. Yan. 45 divide 9 is 5. Then A raised to 6 divide A raised to 2, that is A raised to 4. Then B raised to 4 divide B, divide B, that is B raised to 3. Then C squared divide C, that is C. Because 2 minus 1, it will give us 1. Yan. Equals, next, 5M raised to 5, joke lang, M raised to 5 times M raised to 7 all over M times N. Pwede mo na siyang i-cancel agad, yung exponent, pwede mo na agad i-minus, pero pwede mo pagsamahin muna itong dalawa sa taas. So, we have M raised to 12 over Mn. Then, minus natin, M raised to 11 over N. Kasi ito ay magiging 1. Next, 12 divide 6, that is 2. 8 divide 8, x raised to 8 divide x squared. X raised to 6. Because 8 minus 2, 5 minus 3 naman, that is 2. Therefore, we have y raised to 2. Yan. Yan. Be careful kasi kapag pansinin, dapat lagi mas mataas ito to make it a whole number. Pero kapag mas mataas siya nasa baba, yung denominator, yung exponent niya, mananatili siya dun sa baba. Next, we have 15 divide 3, that is 5. X cubed divide x squared, that is x. Y cubed divide y, that is y squared. O, diba? O, diba? Next, sample 16 to 20. Yan. Kaya nyo na yan. I-post nyo yung video. Then, saka nyo sagutan. Para ma-practice din kayo. Okay, next. Power of a power. Yan. Kapag power of a power, just simply multiply the exponent, yung nasa loob ng parenthesis, doon sa exponent sa labas. Yan. Ito yung exponent sa loob. Tatagin mo lang sa exponent sa labas. Example, m raised to 4 cube. Kaya siya magiging 4 times 3. That is 12. We have m raised to 12. Okay. Next, kapag naman power by product, pagsamahin natin itong dalawa, we have a times b, m. We're going to distribute yung m, yung exponent na m doon sa loob, yung a magkaka-m, yung b magkaka-m. Example, we have x squared, y raised to 3, quantity raised to 5. We have x squared times 5, y raised to 3 times 5, and simplify it, we have x raised to 10, then y raised to 15. Because 2 times 5 is 10, then 3 times 5 is 15. This will be our final answer. Okay. Ayan yung example. Isa-isahin ulit natin yan. Start. Y, w squared times r raised to 5. Siya magiging w raised to 10 because 2 times 5 is 10. 3 squared, pwede mo siyang agad, idiretso, pwede mo siyang gawing as 9 squared. That is 81. Pwede ring 3 times 3 squared times 2. That is 3 raised to 4. And that is equals to also to 3 times 3 is 9. Then 9 times 9 is 81. Ayun. Simple as that. Yeah. Ayun na natin. Z raised to 4 raised to 4. We have Z raised to 16. 4 times 4 is 16. We have 2. Ayan. Ito naman. Kapag ganitong meron na sa ating coefficient, lalagyan mo rin yung coefficient ng 2. 2 squared. W raised to 2 times 2. Siya magiging 4. W raised to 4. Final answer. Next, we have x, y squared, quantity raised to 3. We have x cubed. Ito, magkakaroon yun. Tapos ito, magkakaroon. We have 2 times 3, 6. Y raised to 6. Yan. Next, number 6, we have 3a raised to 4, b squared, c cubed, quantity raised to 3. Then 3 times 3 or 3 cubed, that is 27. Then a raised to 4 times, i-times natin yung 4 sa 3, kaya magiging a raised to 12. Then b squared times 3 yung squared, kaya siya maging b raised to 6. And then ito, pagta-times din natin, c raised to 9. Okay, next example. Example number 7 to 12. Here, we're going to solve this. 3 m raised to 4 times n raised to 5 quantity raised to 3. Siya magiging 3 cube m raised to 4 times 3 is 12. And then n, 5 times 3 is 15. Or 3 times 3 is 27. 3 times 3 is 9 times 3 is 27. M raised to 12. N raised to 15. Yan. Hirap magsulat, guys. We have next example number 8. 6x raised to 3, y raised to 4 raised to 3. We have 6 times 6 raised to 3, x raised to 9, y raised to 4, or, 4 pating, 4 times 3 pala, that is 12. Yeah. Or 6 times 3, 6 times 6 is 36 times 6. Ilan yun? Basta yun na. Pwede nyo siyang i-or. At naman daw mag-solve. Pwede, pero meron pa yung kasunod. Yan. 3 raised to 4, or i-simplify na natin. Madali-dali ito. 3 times 3 is 9. 9 times 9 is 81. A raised to 9. 9 pating. a raised to 20 kasi 5 times 4. Then 7 times 4 is 28. Next, ayan, meron na tayong negative. Ba't ko pinahay? Okay na yan. Nakita nyo na. Next, we have negative a raised to 4 times quantity squared. Yan. Yan. Since na siya ay negative a, ibig sabihin siya magiging negative a raised to 4 times, pagtatimsin natin siya, basta siya magiging negative a raised to 12. Okay, bakit negative pa rin? Kasi tatlong beses lang naman siya tinimes sa kanyang sarili. Ibig sabihin, tatlong beses lang na ulit yung negative 4. We have negative times negative. That is positive times negative again. That is negative. So, kapag ang kanyang exponent is odd number, then meron tayong negative sa loob ng parenthesis, ang kanyang sagot is negative. Pero kapag naman siya even, for example, ay siya naging 4, magiging positive to. Then, ito magiging 16. Kapag positive. Pero kapag negative, siya magiging, kapag add pala, siya magiging negative pa rin. Kapag naman siya even, saka siya magiging positive. So, we have negative a raised to 12. Then, we have 4 cubed quantity squared. We have 4 raised to 6. Or, 4 times 4, 16 times 4, 64. Basta, yan. Nasaan kasi yung calculate ko? Wala na. Okay na yan. Basta meron pa yung or. Siya magiging 4 times 4 times 4 times 4 times 4. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 times 4. Equals 4 times 4 is 16 times 4 is 64. 64 times 64. Nasaan na aking cellphone? Wala na. Sorry. Yan. Basta yan. 64 times 64. Wait lang. Tama ba? 4 times 4 is 16. 16. Basta. Yan na. Next. Negative b squared raised to 4. Yan. Ito, kapag naman may negative tayo sa labas, ay hindi natin papansinin. Kopyahin lang natin yung negative. Saka natin isolve yung parenthesis. B squared quantity raised to 4. We have b raised to 8. Yan. Next. 13 to 18. Kaya nyo na yan. Pwede nyo yung i-post yung ating video. And then try to solve if you can solve these examples. 19 to 24, meron pa, ayan pa. Yeah. Next, we have power of a quotient. This is another law of exponent. Power of a quotient. Kung meron tayong power of a product, meron tayong power of a quotient. Power of a quotient. Yan, we have a, b raised to m. Yung m, i-distribute din natin dun sa ating isa. We have, yan, distribute dito. Distribute sa b. Example, we have, yan. Ang example dito ay a over b, a cube over b raised to 5. Kaya siya naging 3 times 5, 4 times 5 equals. May equals pa yun. Yan. Isa-isayin natin. Power of a quotient. B over h raised to 3. Siya magiging b cube over h cube. Ito na yan. Then, this one naman, siya magiging 2 squared. Number 2, we have then c raised to 4. Simplify pa natin. 2 times 2 is 4 over c raised to 4. Final answer. Number 3. Yan. Pinagsama siyang power of a product and power of a quotient. So, yung ating magiging sagot dyan, magiging r raised to 5. And then q raised to 5 over d raised to 5 s raised to 5. Yan. Then next, we have, number 4, we have a raised to 6, b raised to 6, all over c raised to 6, and then d raised to 6. Basta lahat ng elements sa loob ng parenthesis ay magkakaroon ng exponent, kung ano man yung nasa labas ng parenthesis na exponent. Okay, let's try solving this. Example again, we have 5, 6, 7, 8. Number 5 ay a raised to 8, b raised to 8, c raised to 8 over x raised to 8, y raised to 8, then z raised to 8. This is our answer na next. Yan. Paano kapag may ganyan na? Katulad, siyempre, ang gagawin dyan, pagtatimes lang natin siya kung ano kanyang exponent. So, we have x squared raised to 6. Siya magiging x raised to 12. Then, y raised to 3 or y cubed raised to 6. Siya magiging y raised to 18. Then, z raised to 1 times, raised to 6. Siya magiging 6 times 1. Siya magiging z yun. Siya magiging 6. All over a raised to 5 raised to 6. That is magiging a raised to 5 times 6 is 30. Then b raised to 4 raised to 6. That is b raised to 24. Then c squared raised to 6. That is c 12. Yeah. Final answer. Since na wala naman silang common na variable, hindi tayo minus plus plus. So next, we have 7 squared is 49. Then a squared, b raised to 6. Bakit naging 6? 3 times 2 is 6. Ito may 1 times 2, kaya naging 2 yun. All over 8 squared or 64. C squared, that is c raised to 4. D raised to 5 squared, that is d raised to 10. Final answer. Next, example number 8. 5 cubed, that is 5 times 5, 25 times 5, 6 to 5. Tama ba? 5 times 5, 25 times 5, 6 to 5. Ay, hindi pala. 10, 15 pala. 25, carry 2, 10. 125 lang pala. Yung pala 25 times 25. Yan. Then, m squared raised to 3, magiging m raised to 6. Then, for n raised to 4 cube, siya magiging n raised to 12. All over 6 raised to 3. 6 times 6, 36 times 6. 36 carry 3, 18, 216. 19, 216. Then a raised to 3, b raised to 6, then c raised to 9. Final answer. Okay, kapag pwede pa tong i-simplify, yung ating pwede nating simplify. Since hindi naman siya divisible sa 2, and then sa 3, edi yan ang sagot. Okay! That is the power of a quotient. Iyan. Ay. Okay, try nyo to. Pwede nyo itong itry. Ganon din ang process. Yan. Ngayon, dito na tayo sa zero exponent at saka sa negative exponent. Okay, an expression with 0 as their exponent is always equal to 1. Kahit pa yun ay 1 million, 2 million, basta siya naka-raise na exponent na 0, that is equivalent to 1. Example, x squared, y raised to 3, quantity raised to 0, that is equivalent to 1. Next, we have 5 times x raised to 100, quantity raised to 0 equals 5 times 1 equals 5. Okay, ito, na-cancel siya, naging 1 na lang, kaya siya naging 5 times 1. Then, yun ang kanyang sagot. Okay, next, kapag naman integral exponent, or yan, integral, ibig sabihin ay whole number, pwede siyang positive, pwede siyang negative. An expression with exponent either positive or negative, if there is positive exponent, apply the concept of law of exponent. But if negative, you must first make your expression with positive exponent by getting the reciprocal of the base. Example, we have a raised to negative m, siya magiging 1 over a raised to m. Yan. Ni-reciprocal niya yung a, binaba niya. Ano ba reciprocal ng a? Hindi 1 over a. To make the exponent positive. Yan. Example, we have x raised to negative 3. Therefore, we have 1 over x raised to 3. So, kapag naman nasa ilalim naman siya, example, we have 1 over x raised to negative 2. To make the exponent positive, itataas naman natin siya, i-reciprocal naman natin siya. Siya magiging x squared. Basta kapag nasa baba, itataas. Kapag nasa taas, ibababa. Okay. Example, yan, isa-isayin natin yan. Since na meron siyang parenthesis dito, kung naka-quantity siya, equivalent siya sa 1. Ito, equivalent sa 1. Ito, 1 din. Ito, 1 din. Kahit anong dami pa niyan, since na siya quantity raised to 0, 1 lahat yan. Then, number 8, we have 7, a raised to 0, b cube, c raised to 4. So, since na meron tayong a raised to 0, cancel natin yan kasi siya magiging 1. Magiging sagutan natin 7b cube c raised to 4. Next, number 9. Yung meron namang y na 0, cancel yung y. 3 cube is simplify natin. 3 times 3, 9. Then 9 times 9 is 81 times 3. 243. X cube z raised to 4. Yan. Ulit, tama ba? 3 times 3, 9. 9 times 9, that is 81. 81 times 3. Tama, 24. 243 x cube z raised to 4. Next, how about this one? Ito naman, meron namang exponent yung 125, therefore makakancel na siya. Tapos yung e, meron din exponent na 0, therefore cancel na rin siya, kaya siya magiging d raised to 9 f raised to 5. Akin na. Akin na yung cellphone ko, mami. Apat na sa labas. So, kami ngayon nag-record. Next, 11. Yan. Kapag naman meron siyang negative sa labas ng parenthesis, lahat, ibig sabihin lahat siya ay partner, ay i-reciprocal natin. So, therefore, ang kanyang magiging sagot is 1 over a squared b raised to 3. Yan. O, pakita natin yung long method. Itong negative 1, pwede natin i-times dito. I-times natin dito, siya magiging a raised to negative 2, b raised to negative 3. And then, since na meron pa siyang negative sa exponent, ibababa natin siya. Kaya siya magiging 1 over a squared b cubed. Ito na yun. Or simply, ibaba lang natin yung parenthesis. Then, matira yung 1 sa taas. We have 1 over a squared b cubed. Next, number 12. Ganun din. 1 over 4 x squared y cubed z raised to 4. Next, number 13. Ganun din. Ibababa mo lang din siya. And then, ano bang ibang ano dyan? Hindi pala. Tama. Sa 13 pala yung iba. Ang mangyayari dyan, since na siya ito yung negative, i-distribute natin siya, then saka natin ibababa. Or pwede namang ibaba na agad natin, 1 over x squared y z raised to 3 squared. Yan. Pansin nyo na wala yung negative niya kasi binaba ko na agad. Then, saka ko siya i-simplify. X squared squared, that is x raised to 4. Then, y squared is y squared. z raised to 3 squared, magiging z raised to 6. Yan. Parehas din siya kung ang gagawin natin ay dinistribute, magiging x raised to negative 4, y raised to negative 2, and z raised to negative 6. Ito pa rin ang kalalabasan. Next! Example number 14. Ganun din. Negative 3 naman ang ginamit niya. Therefore, gamitin natin yung isang method. Negative 6. 6 times 6 raised to negative 3. Then m raised to negative 9. Then n raised to negative 6. Then q raised to negative 12. Saka mo siya ibaba. Saka siya magiging 6 times 6, 36 times 6. 36 times 6. Ilan nga yun? 36 times 6. 216. Di magiging 216. 1 over 216 m raised to 9, n raised to 6, and then q raised to 12. Ito na yung final answer. Since na siya ay lahat negative, ibig sabihin lahat na ibababa natin. Okay, next. Wala bang ibang ano? Magkatulad lang naman siya ng ano. Try natin tong number 20. Since yung number 20, merong 0 dito, meron ding negative. Yan. We have a raised to 7, b raised to 0, c raised to 3. Since na meron siyang 0, cancelin ko na yung b. Siya magiging a raised to 7 na lang. C raised to 3, D raised to negative 2, then quantity negative 5. Negative 5 times 7 is A raised to negative 35. Then C raised to negative 15, 3 times 50, 3 times 5 is 15. And then D, negative 2 times negative 5, that is positive 10. Yan, meron tayo natin ng positive, therefore may matitira sa taas na isa. Yung dalawang negative, ibababa mo para mawala yung negative na exponent. C equals C raised divide 15. Yan. We have D raised to 10 all over A raised to 35, C raised to 15. Medyo madali lang siya. Basta familiarize nyo lang yung sarili nyo sa laws of exponent. Kapag negative, i-reciprocal natin. I-reciprocate. Saka natin ilalagay. Kapag nasa baba, itataas natin. Kapag nasa taas naman, ibababa natin. Then kapag naman meron tayong zero exponent, ay saka magiging 1 na yun. Automatic 1. Okay, let's try solving this one again. We have number 1, a raised to negative 3. Simply reciprocal. A raised to 3. Then 3x raised to 0. That is magiging 3. Kasi magiging 3 times 1. That is equivalent to 3. Next, m raised to 5, n raised to 0. Siya magiging m raised to 5. Then, next we have 4a squared, quantity raised to 0, that is 1. Kasi any number or variable raised to 0, that is 1. Next, we have 2m raised to negative 1. Pahiin ko na para marami tayong sulatan. 2m raised to negative 1. Okay, kapag ganito, since wala siyang parenthesis, ibig sabihin yung exponent na negative ay doon lang pumapaloob sa m. Ang kanyang sakop lang ay yung variable m. Therefore, we have 2 over m. Ito na yung ating sagot. Since ang kanyang exponent ay 1, kahit hindi na natin siya ilagay, kasi invisible na siya, matik, nandito na yun. Next, we have number 6. xy quantity raised to negative 3. That is x raised to negative 3, y raised to negative 3. Siya magiging 1 over x raised to 3, y raised to 3. Ayan. Yan. O kaya ay i-diretso nyo na agad siya sa baba. Pwede yun. Kahit anong process, basta't wala kayong ma-violate na rules sa law exponent at saka sa mathematics, ay pwede nyo gawin. Then, magiging 2a raised quantity raised to negative 3. Siya magiging 2 raised to negative 3. Then, a raised to negative 3 equals 2 raised to negative 3. Siya ay magiging, pwede natin siya ibaba, magiging 2 raised to 3, then a raised to 3. Or, i-ano pa natin siya, simplify pa natin, 2 times 2 times 2, that is 8. Then a raised to 3. Final answer. Next. Yo. Sample number 8. We have negative 5 y raised to negative 2. Yan. Since na meron tayong, yan, kopyahin lang natin yung negative 5, then meron tayong negative sa y, ibaba lang natin, ito na yan. Okay, wag malilito, we're talking about negative exponent ha, negative exponent. Hindi porket may negative yung ating variable, ibababa din natin siya. Okay lang mag-negative yung variable natin, wag lang yung ating exponent. Yung ating coefficient pala. Ulit, okay lang mag-negative yung ating coefficient, wag lang yung ating exponent. When we say coefficient, siya yung mga number. Next, we have number 9, a raised to negative 3 over b. Ibababa mo lang yung a, siya magiging a raised to 3b. Okay, ano yung nasa taas? Siyempre, may maiwan lagi dyan 1. 1 over a raised to 3 over times b. Next, yan. Kapag naman ganito, parehas negative, yung isa nasa taas, isa nababa, interchange lang natin siya. Yung taas, ilalagay mo sa baba, yung baba, ilalagay mo sa taas para mawala yung negative. Therefore, siya maging y cube over x raised to 5. Next, number 11. We have negative 8a. Since na siya 0, therefore siya magiging 1. Therefore, the final answer is negative 1. Bakit negative 1? Kasi meron tayong negative dun sa labas. Next, we have a raised to negative 1 times b, c, quantity raised to 0. That is 1 over a. Bakit? Kasi ito, i-reciprocate mo siya, magiging 1 over a. Then yung bc magiging 1 na lang. Therefore, the answer is 1 over a. Next example, we have 3y raised to negative 4. Kopyahin yung 3. May negative yung ating y, kaya siya ibababa natin, y raised to 4. Final answer. Next, number 14. Since na siya may exponent na 0, cancel natin to. Then natira yung p raised to negative 2, siya magiging 1 over p squared. Next, we have a squared minus b raised to negative 3. Yan. Kapag meron na siyang ganito, hindi natin siya ibababa mo lang siya. Ibig sabihin, magiging dalawang term na siya. Ito, saka ito. We have a 1 over a raised to 2 minus 1 over b raised to 3. Pwede mo pa siyang i-simplify. Pero wag na muna. Dito muna tayo sa pagre-rewrite. Next, we have x raised to negative 4 times b cube. Edi siya magiging b cube over x raised to 4. Kung ano lang yung negative, siya lang ang gagalawin. Sabihin, siya lang ibababa. Then, 17 cancel equals 1. 18, ibababa mo lang siya. Ito na sa 18. 1 over 12x raised to 5, y raised to 3, z raised to 7. Ito na yun. 19, x raised to negative 2 over 5. Just simply, baba mo lang yung x. Siya magiging 1 over 5x squared. And last, We have cancel it. Pagiging 1. Very good. Woo! Next! O yan, try nyo yan. Ganun din siya. Sample. Yan. Meron pa ditong mga example. Panoodin nyo lang kung ano nangyari. Yan. Tingnan nyo na lang. Yan, yan. Yan, yan. Pwede nyo i-screenshot. Pwede nyo i-post. Pwede nyo pag-aralan. Yan. Next. Yan, 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 yan. Yan, 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 yan. Yan. Yan, 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 yan. Katulad lang siyang ginawa natin kanina. Yan. Pwede nyo siyang screenshot. Okay, dito. Tayo kapag naman ganito, walang variable na kasama, ibig sabihin exponent lang siya saka coefficient. Ang mangyayari dyan, pwede natin siyang i-compute using the law of exponent. Yan. 5 raised to 0, equivalent siya sa 1. Therefore, siya magiging 1 minus 1 over 3 cube. Yan. Yan. 3 cube or 3 raised to negative 3, ibaba natin. Kaya siya naging 1 over 3 cube. Then 3 cube is 3 times 3 times 3, that is 27. Then 1 minus 27. 1 minus 1 over 27 using the LCD. Finding the LCD, we have 27. Then, saka natin ilipat sa fraction tong 1. Naging 27 over 27. Minus 1, final answer, 26 over 27. Next, how about this one? Siyempre, ito 11 times 5 raised to 0 plus 6 squared times 6 raised to negative 2. Cancel natin to kasi siya magiging 1. Yan, 11 times 1 plus 36 over 1 over plus 36 times 1 over 6 squared. Then, simplify natin. 1 over 6, 1 over 36. Cancel natin. Pwedeng makancel yan. Kasi 36 over 36, pwede yung makancel. That is 1. Therefore, we have 11 plus 1. That is 12. Next. Yan. Yan. Itong expression na ito naging 1. Ito siya. And then, ito naging 1 din. Ito siya. And then, 2 times 2 times 2 is 8. Ito siya. Then, yung 3, kinopya muna natin. Then, we have 1 plus 8 is 9 raised to negative 3. Therefore, ibababa natin yung 9. Siya magiging 1 over 9 raised to 3. Yan siya magiging 1 over 729. And inasagot. Ayan pa. Ayan pa. 4 cube divide 4 raised to negative 3. Therefore, siya magiging 64 divide 1 over 4 raised to 3. Pwede natin siyang isolve as yan. Ganito. 4 cube over 4 raised to negative 3. Since na siya negative, pwede natin siyang itaas. Therefore, siya magiging 4 cube times 4 cube. Kaya siya magiging 4 raised to 6. And 4 raised to 6 is equivalent to 4096. Next example. Last example na ata ito. 5 over 4 raised to negative 4. Yan. Pwede natin siya pagbaligtarin agad para maging positive yung ating exponent. So, we have 4 raised to 4 all over 5 raised to 5 raised to 4. That is 256 all over 625. Final answer. And that is all for our zero and integral exponent. Thank you and subscribe. Maraming salamat. See you next week.